Nobody talks about this grammar hack, but it's actually a game changer. You can think of this as like the grammar framework, okay? You see, most people do find grammar extremely hard, and it's because they don't do this right here, okay? And this is probably what you've been doing. If you're struggling with thinking in Spanish and you're struggling with translating from English to Spanish, you probably are mainly struggling with grammar as well. And this is the reason why. In any Spanish sentence, there are two parts. There are what the words are and then where they're placed, okay? So for example, we have te ayudo, which means I'm helping you or I help you, okay? In this case, we have the what, which is the words te and ayudo, and then where they're placed. So we know it's not ayudo te, it's te ayudo. We know the order in which they're placed. The problem is that most people memorize the what and the where, and that makes it not make sense. And this is like the nucleus of the issue. This is the most important part of this, okay? The reason why you're struggling with grammar is because you're not understanding the why. Because we mentioned two W's, the what and the where. The why, the third W, is what most people miss. And this is where we talk about logic, okay? And this matters because when we understand why certain things happen in language, then it makes more sense. And when it makes more sense, you remember it better. And you're able to recall on the words faster. That's why when you're speaking English, you're just able to yap, right? But not in Spanish. Because in Spanish, you're thinking on a different logic. You haven't gotten the why, and so you're left with memorizing the what and the where. And that is a very tough position to be in. What's happening is you don't understand the logic of why 4 divided by 2 equals 2. And that is why you're struggling with this logic right here, okay? It's not because you're stupid, because you already speak English. Like, you are fluent in English, which means you have a level of understanding of a logic, okay? These are both the same thing. They're just different ways, different expressions of the same thing. And so the reason why you're struggling with Spanish, or in this analogy, 4 divided by 2, this logic doesn't make sense to you, but this one does. Meaning the English logic makes sense, but the Spanish logic doesn't. And the problem is, if you try to memorize that 1 plus 1 equals 4 divided by 2, if you guess something like 3 plus 3 equals 18 divided by 3, you will be lost. And that is the issue of not learning the why. If you like this type of content and you want to see more, then check out my YouTube channel.